Welcome to the Metagame Minute, your once weekly Chaotic Amateurs follow-up show, available for free every Thursday wherever podcasts are found. This is really unfortunate because I was gonna take us around reverse order, but I'm gonna go ahead and take us in regular order. This was a longer episode because it sounds like we're just doing one tonight. So there's a lot to unpack here. Mr. Wolf getting in dirty with Cord's altar, feeling the grace of Cord touch his face.
Yeah, yep. I'm trying to get some followers. Yeah, but I'm also concerned with this loose Medusa.
Yeah, I was gonna say you kind of uncovered like what seems to be like one of the more interesting like plot threads developed this episode. Right. You've like found it like right away, and then we never got to quite like touch base on it. But
yeah, I don't know. You know, it feels like there's so many plot threads that we're not even really sure which one to like follow next. You know, we're just like
throw it in the pile.
Definitely
yeah, it's like when you're playing a video game and you've said yes to every quest.
Yeah.
And so you, on your sidebar, you just have like a million unfinished quests, and you're like, where the fuck do I even start?
You just go one by whatever's nearest to you.
Yeah, right. Yeah. No, but you know, Wolf is still pretty dead set on getting more followers. I found a thing actually, if you guys don't mind. I found this thing online that was like a chart for gaining like followers. It's like a chart you roll on.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, and like there's a list for each class. So like there's one for barbarians, and you roll like a D100, and then it tells you what those followers are. So it could be like, you know, like
half elves or
like criminals or werebears.
Oh, cool.
Right. Yeah, they'll have like actual monster manual statistics for them.
And then you run but what the little rule said, it was only for like level 10 or like if you have your own stronghold. And I was like, well, we have a stronghold.
Mm-hmm.
And so
that's definitely an interesting mechanic, and I've looked into some of those. I think Mr. Colville has something out that's deals with that, and I like it because it's a good fix for the kind of imbalance of what you can do as a martial character, like a barbarian or a fighter, compared to like what wizards and things can do later on. So no, I like that, and if I'll take a look at that, and we'll see what we can do with that.
Sweet,
nice.
Because this is, you know, this Chords Coliseum and competition and doing what you're doing. This is very much the narrative you want to kind of play out with that stuff. So yeah, no, I like it. And you guys have already got some crew on your stronghold already.
The
Kenkus and the Coatl and
Strix.
Yeah, I also just like rolling for stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know why I find that so
tables.
cathartic.
Yeah, loot tables.
Are good.
Love
any of that.
That's why I love the Wild Mage. It's like just roll for crazy stuff to happen. You're like, okay.
Just every action, every turn, you have an excuse to roll.
Oh, dang. Level 1 Fireball. TPK.
Well, that's all I had to say.
Cool. Let's go to Bentley, Rafarian Night Meadow. A bit of a thinner episode roleplay wise, but you had no problem like jumping into character when it came down to telling competition.
I was glad
it was Adrian
or she was able to explain all that. It was just like
that was good.
That was a really good recap.
Yeah, and perfectly in line with Riff's character. So like, what was Riff's line of thinking? Like, I know, you know, maybe I don't know, maybe you had like other stuff going on or whatever, but you know, Riff preparing Riff's way for the fight, meditating, all that sort of stuff. Put us in Riff's mindset.
Based off of where we left last week, I thought we were going to immediately be fighting this week. I didn't realize there was going to be a fucking 6-hour delay. So as a player, I was assuming we were just going to the Coliseum because we woke up and then we like last week, we woke up and now we're going to town to the Coliseum. So I had in Riff's mind, it was my mind / Riff's mind. It was that we were going to do that, and I wasn't going to get distracted. So when I heard 6 hours or whatever, I was like, well, that's bullshit. I don't want to do anything else but go to the Coliseum. So I just went to the Coliseum and figured I'll, meditate the entire time and become one with the shadows as I do.
Maintain your fight focus.
Yeah, but my fucking meditation, it always seems, is like is basically like Dwight shunning people. Like it's always like it always seems to get interrupted, and then I'm like, okay, and then I think we're done, and then people keep going. I like that little sort of like ongoing bit with people or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Where I'm like, okay, remeditate, okay, unmeditate, but here's some more information, but also now remeditate. And I like that sort of stuff. Yeah, I thought this was going to be a fight episode the entire time. So once you guys went down to the dock of the bay and started talking to an exotic wizard art collector or whatever it was, like I was like, I wouldn't know any of this stuff in my character anyway, so I just went out and did some dishes, and then I would come back and check in every couple of minutes and see if you guys were still talking. And then,
Gotcha.
And then I was like, I'm not going to know any of this stuff. And then like when it seemed like you guys were kind of like wrapping up, I was like, okay, then I'll sit back down. But it's hot as crap in this
closet.
Closet. Yeah. The back of my computer is so hot right now. So like I'm in here sweating. So like I would just walk out sometimes if you guys were doing stuff. I'd just go like stand in front of my fan for a little bit.
Right on. Yeah.
And I didn't say it during the episode because I couldn't quite tell where Alex was gonna end it or whatever, and because he would build up to something, and I'm like, oh, he's gonna drop us, and then he'd keep talking for a little bit. But Riff when like we walked out into the Coliseum, did all of her Darth Maul acrobatic tricks and showing off with her chucks.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, no,
nice.
there was fanfare going in.
Yeah.
The crowd was ready for another,
Yeah,
banner scene.
I'm doing all my wushu.
That sweet Ray Park little, yeah, dope. Right, it was Ray Park. Everybody got silent when I said that.
No, yeah, you're
I
right.
think it was. Okay.
Wushu champion, 1992.
Rhett, what about you?
Yeah, it was really fun to like get a like role play strummer. The problem is I naturally like have this way of playing, and it kind of leaked out. I was meaning to like make strummer a little bit more of just like an observant character, like just an observe and react. That's kind of why I decided to go with like the bigger group. Strummer's got this mission of I guess like protecting you guys or whatever it was. So it's like, all right, well, I guess the Goliath can take care of himself. I'll follow the two other people. Plus, you guys were. Go ahead.
Your fatal mistake is, when you're playing with me that I'm going to ask for a backstory, and you didn't have anything prepared.
Yeah, well, and it's funny too because I normally write like novels or novella length backstories for characters, and with Strummer, there was a little bit of information that like I was unsure about, like it's like I knew that he would be from the Order of the Silver Crescent and all that, but like I also I didn't really want to like get the whole like novel length backstory of them from Alex, so I kind of just like left a lot of my stuff open ended while also having kind of like some stuff that for sure happened. I just didn't actually like think about it or prepare it or commit to it much more than just like in thought. So when you brought it up, I was like, oh crap, that's what I should have done this week, is like kind of thought about that a little bit more.
Nothing wrong with improv in it. You just got to keep it consistent.
Yeah, I like what you made up. I mean,
Thanks.
I couldn't really tell that it was made up. I thought you kind of thought about it a little bit. So.
Thank you. Yeah, I mean, that's like my favorite bit about D&D is just like coming up with backstories and stuff like that, obviously.
Did you really beforehand decide that you had fought displacer beasts, or is this something you're throwing in and making Alex be like, well, okay, I guess?
Well, I almost thought Alex might have picked them because of my character. Because my like monstrosities are my favorite beast or my favorite foe or whatever.
Because you can learn the most from them.
Yeah. And God, they were like fighting displacer beasts on like some freaking podcast I was just listening to. So I don't know. It all felt like really relevant in my mind. I was like, oh yeah, naturally he would pick displacer beasts here. But saying that I fought them was only because I knew that they were monstrosities. So I gotta figure that they're my favored foe. I've probably fought every single one of them. I don't know, maybe not, but he's also like kind of a traveler. He gets around, he sees lots of different things. He's been kind of all over. So, you know, I bet you he's fought one of these. It's got to be. Maybe not dozens like he had claimed, but so that's kind of where I was going with that.
Very cool.
I too was excited to get in there and roll some dice and show off what Stormer could do in combat. But I had just as much fun kind of role playing and riffing off you guys and seeing what was up. And it was kind of fun. You know, we got to kind of uncover some fun stuff and pull on some other threads. And I was really impressed with how well Alex kind of had some of that stuff like tied in really well, like with the glass. Like,
Yeah.
I know that when we looked at the map, I'm pretty sure that cathedral that he mentioned is in the world map that he showed us, or like the regional map that he showed us.
Yep.
Oh boy.
So I was like, oh dang, that's a neat little tie-in to that map we saw one time, you know, and
Yeah.
and then also really grabbing the reins with having Adrian like play Zephyrus and stuff. I was totally thinking
That
like
was
as a Kenku, I got the disguise self ability and I've got the mimic ability. So it's like I was like, maybe I'll just play Zephyrus this round if I can't join in, you know. But
Mhm.
I'm really worried about that.
yeah, I know. He's just out there like slamming our reputation, basically.
And like the kid believes that Zephyrus is Zephyrus, and
Mhm.
knows that he's with his parents.
Zephyrus a deal or something like that, or
Yeah, I
something.
feel guilty about that a little bit.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
it's not great.
What if that fuck
Yeah.
takes our deal?
Yeah, I've been very excited
That's a
about
good
that
point.
little scene for a bit. Because once I knew kind of what was going to happen, I knew Adrian was going to try and do that.
It's a good
You know,
thing we
once-
didn't bring the body with us to. Really,
Yeah.
Waking up Bernie's. thing.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
Adrian, did he say that he knew Eben?
he did.
Eben,
Okay, yeah, I thought so.
Yeah,
Yeah, which I thought was a really interesting dynamic. And again, ties into what I was saying about Alex, like really kind of circling these threads back in on themselves a little bit and tying things in. Like when he said that, I was like, oh, that's neat. Like, so that'll be fun to explore.
And
when
that
this is
lady
over.
wants to like trade with us on our adventures when we're kind of doing that with the. It's like we
That's
can gain knowledge for the library, but then also get loot for this gal.
Yeah, I'm excited to have that little side quest.
That was
person.
really smart to build that up,
Yeah.
Milo. I like that we have multiple sources for our adventures.
Yeah.
Multiple
I was
revenue
really
sources.
curious walking in there that she was like an alchemist and stuff, and that's like the person that I followed at my college. She was an alchemist, and that's what I did all my writings on. That's where I learned all my calligraphy and stuff was
Oh, nice.
by working with her. So I have experience with alchemy. So it was a kind of nice little inroad that I had.
Yeah. This is a fun episode because like Ball has had like many like shine in terms of like utility moments, but like very few like shining in RP moments, and not very few, but just like fewer than I think some of the rest of us. So it's like really refreshing to kind of get to see Ball take the lead with somebody. It makes sense that it'd be somebody that kind of is in the same like school of knowledge as you and things like that. Really kind of interesting to see the stuff that you gravitated towards, and then your interactions with Strummer, but also like Scory, like being able to help him like work on his mask and stuff was just like really interesting.
Yeah,
I've got
a lot of utility for that kind of stuff. If anybody ever wants to build something or brew something or build just anything,
Nice.
that's what Ball is all about. I've got like
Yeah.
5 different toolkits that I can use, and and it's like a +6 on all of them, so I can pretty consistently make the good stuff. I'm excited to be able to get some money and be able to make some things. I'm back to 0 gold. I would have had like 10 gold after buying all of those potions, and I was just like, well, just screw it. I'll just be friendly, and hopefully she'll remember me down the road.
Nice.
And I was happy to get 4, so now we've like all got 1. So that's definitely
that'll be
And
handy for that.
I'll get a list of the items she has in her shop out to you guys, so that in the future, if you want to buy those, you'll know what they are, what the price is.
That'd be swag.
For that. And then something I also wanted to mention, kind of metagame wise, for you guys to think about, is with Chimali kind of at your disposal. You have access to the spells he can cast.
Oh,
So you can cast once a day using him. Oh gosh, I need to remember them now. Dream is one of them, where you can basically inhabit somebody's dream. Greater Restoration.
Dude, that's how we find Zephyrus.
Yeah, that would be very good. Scrying once a day, and it's not on the Quaddle, but sending once a day as well. And something to try and note about that is having either a piece of clothing, like an item of theirs, or a lock of hair, makes it much easier to do those things.
Do we have anything? Yeah, I'm wondering.
The what?
She's someone I would really like to get in contact with.
Huh.
I linked in the chat that page,
nice.
that list of followers you guys take a look at. So I don't know how official it is, or if someone homebrewed it, because it's a site called the Home Brewery. But it's legit. I mean, it looks legit.
Sweet.
I just saw your screen, Dave. Made me laugh.
Yeah, the Home Brewery is great. It's basically a template for making things.
So, gotcha.
Yeah, so you could have all kinds of things on there.
Nice.
Cool. You can get,
but I'll take a look and
wormling dragons.
I'll see what I kind of like for that. Keeping in mind, rolling on tables is fun.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah,
that Greater Restoration spell will come in handy if we fight the Medusa, because I think that can cure petrification. And then one other thing I wanted to tie into Ball real quick, just touching, is I thought this episode is we've missed an opportunity of setting up a well-stocked workshop at the mansion for Ball or something like that, just to get supplies or extra tools or whatever, just to make your works that much simpler. I think we might have to look at doing that.
Yeah, for sure. A nice big forge going.
Yeah, exactly. And I think we haven't gotten
the monsters in
yet.
The basement will fucking ruin.
Yeah, probably just wreck our workshop that we spend sessions on.
Yeah.
Scory, have we gotten to you yet? You got any thoughts on what's going on? You got this cool little eyepiece now. Some necro
Your
magic
friend is
detection.
Stone.
Yeah. So my buddy's turned to stone. I'm a little concerned about that.
Whatever, dude. He can't steal your secrets now.
Well, that's true, but we were still kin. There's still respect there. And your mention of Greater Restoration and their delay in getting the salve or whatever kind of makes me wonder, should I lug this heavy statue back to our place and see if we can...
Wolf can do it if we really need.
Yeah. Or I suppose that the Kenku can come with us also to cast it. So.
Oh yeah, true.
Yeah. But no, I just for the record, Scory is not a necromancer, but
no ancestor worshiper. Though.
Yeah, he's that's kind of his thing. Yeah, and it's really, really interesting that Aura has some sort of necromantic connection there. And it has a lot of implications. That
what I was thinking was that if it was giving off any aura, it would be like what Pratchett calls an octarine aura, which is sort of like a combination of all the magics, and you just happen to be able to see the necro one. But if you had all of the lenses, then you could see all the colors of magic,
right?
Whatever. I don't know. That's what I was thinking. I was like, oh yeah,
it's definitely a thread that I intend to explore in the future.
That'll be interesting.
I think I before I stop talking, I just want to say that I think where Alex left it was really exciting. Thinking about the multiplication happening, and then it's like an oh crap moment, and then it just fades to black.
That'd be interesting for sure.
What level spell was that?
You don't know.
It's metagame.
It's also not a spell. It's just something that this Galandorian wizard can do.
What a bitch.
It's just the DM said, this would be cool.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, fair enough.
Basically, it'll be like a mirror image kind of thing.
Something I wish I would have,
because I can steal level 1 spells. So
yeah,
I wish I would have explored a little bit more in the shop. And you said that she's half orc, and I'm just wondering if there's any sort of connection there.
Yeah, you guys are from the same clan.
Maybe. So yeah, but and I'm really frustrated that I didn't roll well on the perception on the docks.
Mm-hmm.
And I get that they're river barges and boats and stuff, but commerce happens, from the ocean to the river and back out. So
I am kind of excited
travels
for this warehouse. Too. Maybe the Medusa's in this warehouse that I spotted.
Did you tell anybody about the warehouse, or did you just?
No, I filed it away under stuff. I mean, since Stormer's a tracker and stuff, he doesn't always divulge information unless it's kind of important. It's something he just files away. So interesting.
So we may never go back and see it.
Yeah, maybe not. We'll see. I've got it underlined and highlighted and stuff, so I'll try not to forget. But unless anybody else has anything that they want to touch on, this has been our extra long metagame minute to cap our extra long chaotic amateurs for this week. It's been a blast. We hope y'all are staying safe out there, and we'll catch you on Monday, I guess. Grab your sword and keep on adventuring.
Bye.